Hey everybody, hope you're doing great. In today's video, I'm talking about boundaries for the empath. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified every single time I upload a video. So today I'm talking about boundaries for empaths and why this is so important. So first of all, quite often, as a highly sensitive person and being an empath, which is synonymous with one another, oftentimes as we were growing up, we were always told, you're too sensitive, you're too sensitive. And you know what? People were right. We are sensitive. But people don't understand our sensitivities and what it feels like to be highly sensitive, to be highly susceptible to the energies and how other people are affecting our energies. And we were raised to feel like that was a bad thing. But being highly sensitive, being highly attuned to other energies, to having a lot of empathy for another human being is actually a really, really beautiful thing, because the world needs people like us. The world is full of people who aren't sensitive, who aren't empathic to the needs of other people. But there has to be that balance. So look at your sensitivities and the fact that you are empathic in that way as a real gift, because you, like me, we are balancing out the energies in the world. For all of the harshness, there has to be love and light as well. There has to be sensitivities. There has to be empathy and compassion. There has to be that balance in the world. But in saying all of that, it is super important that we as empaths and being highly sensitive, that we learn the tools of how to protect our energies. It is so important for us to have really great boundaries. So I want to share some things that are going to help you protect your energy, okay, and help you not feel like you have to hide your sensitivities and your ability to be empathic and to pick up on the energies of other people, okay? So tip number one is, not everybody is deserving of your energy. As somebody that is highly sensitive and empathic, we think that we have to share our goodness with every single person. We think that we have to pour so much of ourselves into other people, but that is simply not the case. We get to choose who we are going to be vulnerable with, who we are going to share ourselves with, who we are going to share our energies with, who we are going to shower our love upon. Not everybody deserves that. And I think that that is a big misunderstanding, or not having the awareness yet of somebody who is highly sensitive and highly empathic, is that we don't know, at least I didn't know for the longest time, that I don't need to be everybody's savior. I don't need to be the people pleaser. I don't need to save everybody. I don't need to shower everybody with my love and compassion just because they're in my presence. That can be downright exhausting. But as somebody who is empathic and as somebody who is highly sensitive, it's oftentimes hard for us to say no. Why? Because we want people to like us. We don't want to hurt other people's feelings. But in overgiving in this way, we actually end up hurting ourselves. We end up hurting our own energies. We become depleted. We become exhausted. And we go out into this world not even knowing why we're so feeling weighed down, so heavy in our energy. Life might be really good in our world, and we're wondering, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel? Why do we wake up in the morning and there's like nothing wrong? Everything is right in our world. And yet we carry a heaviness. And almost sometimes I would explain it for myself, if I do too much of this, as almost like a depression. I can get into a real funk, carrying a lot of other people's energies on top of me. So point number one is recognize that it is okay not to share all of you with everybody that you come into contact with, okay? The second tip is, when you feel energetically heavy like that, do a check-in with yourself and see if what the weight that you feel heavy on you, ask yourself, does this belong to me or does this belong to somebody else? That's really important because quite often we are actually carrying energy from other people. And sometimes the energy isn't even from people that are close to us, within our personal circle. Sometimes it is energy out there. So maybe yesterday you were out grocery shopping or shopping in general, or just out and about in public. As an empath, you are highly attuned to collecting that energy. And if we don't dispel and get rid of that energy, it actually permeates within us. We carry that with us. And I'll just share a quick little story. One of my sons is a very highly sensitive, and he is highly empathic. And when he was young, he would go to the swimming pool, and all of those kids so in such close proximity and being so close in his energetic space, he would become very overwhelmed with all of the energy, and he would have to leave the pool, and he would come home and he would be so upset. He used to tell me, he says, all of the noise that I hear, there's so many people, and he says, and it's like I can feel all of the people around me. At the time, I had no idea how highly sensitive. I knew he was sensitive, but I didn't know how empathic he was on top of that. At that time, I didn't know what an empathic person was. All I knew was highly sensitive because I could relate directly to that. And I knew that I was also very susceptible to other people's energy, but I couldn't place, I didn't know the right word for it, and I didn't know how to protect the energy. Now I know how to protect the energy. But even if we have these skills, we are interacting in the world. We live in a 3D world, albeit the vibration is rising, which is awesome, right? There's more people expanding and becoming woken and becoming in tune to more things than just the 3D world. But that doesn't mean that we don't go out there and be in that 3D world, and where we do absorb that energy of other people. And so part of it is the awareness of it, that it's going on. The other part is to protect yourself from it. So when you wake up in the morning and you feel a heaviness like that sadness and that kind of like a depression, because that's the way I describe it for myself, I have to ask myself, does this energy belong to me? And 9 times out of 10, almost 9.5 times out of 10, This energy does not belong to me. It belongs somewhere else, to somebody else out there in the world. So here's what I do to resolve that within myself. I gently just say, I release the energy that does not belong to me. Very simple. I release the energy that doesn't belong to me. And then I fall into a meditation, because the simplest way after releasing that energy, you can do saging, you can do Palo Santo to bring in new energy as well. And I did an energy clearing video, how I do it. I'll link that in this video below if you want to watch it. But the easiest way to become grounded back into ourselves is to meditate. And I meditate every single day. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. It helps me feel grounded. It helps me feel centered. It helps me feel safe within myself. So to recap, number one, not everybody deserves the love and the energy that you are putting out there. Choose the people that you trust. Okay, and have the awareness. Just have that awareness. And the second thing is protect your energy, so that when you are feeling not great, although everything in your world is great, ask yourself, and ask yourself often, does this belong to me? That was something that I struggled with for a long, long time, is I would feel that depression and then wonder why I felt the way that I did. Now I just simply release it. I release the energy that does not belong to me, and then I go into meditation. I hope this video has been helpful. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.